Hey you. Yeah, you. Why are you being stubborn? Why won't you use Discord? Just because it's new? But don't be stupid. Use Discord.
If you like video games, then you're probably on Discord. Over 200 million people use the social media platform that's meant entirely for gaming enthusiasts. Now, users on Discord interact in private groups, servers, and chat rooms that are virtually invisible to non-members.
It's like joining a friend on the couch and chatting. Talk about your day, talk about dodgeball.
They discuss video games, playing strategies, share memes.
Discord has many uses, from a casual club to an organized community to something more small and personal. You can customize Discord to fit your group so you can stay in touch. What you do with Discord is up to you.
It was on one such group that in January this year, a user who called himself OG began sharing what he called were classified US intelligence documents. By April, these documents had leaked from Discord onto social media sites like Twitter, 4chan, and messaging platforms like Telegram. Now, the US is dealing with its biggest intelligence leak since WikiLeaks. From the Times of India, I'm Miraj Shah. Today on Geoscope, the story of how sensitive US intelligence documents were leaked on a gaming social media platform and how that could potentially change the course of the war in Ukraine. On April 13th this year, FBI agents arrested Jack Texeira.
Today, the Justice Department arrested Jack Douglas Texeira in connection with an investigation into alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information. Texeira is an employee of the United States Air Force National Guard.
The next day, Texeira was charged under the US Espionage Act, and that answers the first question: the authenticity of these documents. Why did Texeira post these documents? That is still a matter of speculation, although it appears that he may not have been a typical whistleblower. Texeira might have posted these documents for nothing more than impressing his friends or for winning an argument about the war in Ukraine on Discord. Now, what do these documents say and why is that significant? The disclosures made by these papers are significant on two counts. Firstly, they reveal the extent of US intelligence gathering, whether it's their adversaries or their allies. Their allies include Israel, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates, and even Ukraine. But most military analysts agree that a major power like the US is expected to indulge in such spycraft, and that is unlikely to affect its long-term relationship with its allies. It's the second set of disclosures that pertain specifically to US intelligence on the Ukraine war that have turned out to be much more critical and definitely have the potential to alter the course of the conflict. Firstly, the documents reveal that a small number of special forces from the United States and from NATO countries are active in Ukraine, which runs contrary to the no boots on the ground claim made by these countries. This also gives credibility to Russia's claims that NATO has been doing more than providing just weaponry and munitions. Secondly, the documents give Russia valuable information on the state of war preparedness of Ukraine's forces, the status of their depleting munitions, especially when it comes to air defense. According to a report in the Washington Post newspaper, one document from early February 2023 expresses misgivings about Ukraine's chances of success in its forthcoming spring offensive.
The probability of a Ukrainian military victory, defined as kicking the Russians out of all of Ukraine, to include what they define or what they claim as Crimea, the probability of that happening anytime soon is not high.
Now, the spring offensive is expected to need almost a dozen new Ukrainian brigades. The papers list the tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery pieces that are going to be needed for this and which are going to be provided by Ukraine's Western allies.
Today, I'm announcing that the United States will be sending 31 Abrams tanks to Ukraine.
Ukraine's difficulties in maintaining its vital air defenses are also analyzed, with warnings from late February that Kiev might run out of critical missiles. Now, it's unlikely that the US and NATO will let that happen. The documents also suggest that the Ukrainian forces are not doing as well as has been publicly acknowledged. Now, this information could prove to be a game changer for Russia in case they choose to now unleash their air power after Ukraine's air defense systems run out of munitions. Lastly, the leaks offer an insight into the depth of US intelligence gathering in Russia, in Russia's military, in their intelligence and security services. Now, some of these are obviously from human sources, while the other are intercept of communications. But on both fronts, the publication of these reports is going to give Russia a leg up when it comes to identifying moles in its establishment or in upping its game when it comes to its security encryption. All of this information allowed Washington to give Ukraine daily real-time warnings, not just on the timing of Moscow's strikes, but often also the target themselves. That may now change.